Hey everyone, and welcome back out to Harvest Hills Ranch. Alright, you made the decision, you're ready to start engaging in a workout, and you want to get some equipment, but where do you go get it at? I don't know. Do you go to Amazon and order it like you do everything else? No, you're not in favor of that option. How about we just run down to the local sporting goods store and pick that up? No, not thinking that's a good option either.
You'll regret it.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
That's why you need to watch the rest of this video.
Alright, hey guys, I'm Dr. Arland Hill here with Leah Hill, and we have a passion for all things nutrition, health, and wellness related, and that means your exercise program as well. Today, we're going to be taking a look at where to grab exercise equipment to bring into your home. There's a lot of good names out there. You'll find all kind of stuff. For example, if you just came into my home gym, you would see things like Rogue,
Bolt,
Rep.
French Sport.
There's all kind of options. So which one do you go with? Well, let me hit the pause button for just a minute on this video and just tell you flat out
Oh, we forgot Kabuki. That's just my favorite.
Kabuki, she likes to say that. But just to tell you straight out, we don't have affiliates with anybody. We are not representing anyone that we mentioned in this video. I don't get any kickback, any commission, nothing on any of these products, okay?
Just our honest opinions from his beautiful brain and hours of research.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through what I would consider the more basic items, and I'm also going to take you up to the more advanced options that you may look at as far as equipment. But I'm also going to add a caveat in this. We live in Southeast Texas, and that's going to be relevant for one of the brands that I'm going to make a recommendation for on certain things. Because it makes sense if you have to factor in shipping on some of these items and you have the option of going and getting them and they're pretty much the same quality, and spend a little bit of time and go get it. It can literally save you hundreds of dollars.
We all know shipping is like...
Shipping inherently is expensive. Shipping gym equipment is even more astronomical.
If they say it's free, you're still paying for it. No,
yeah,
it's
free shipping is...
built in.
It's built into the price, so yeah, you're still paying for it. Okay, so let's tackle a few of these. So I want to start out with the bench. And we're going to do from the bench, we'll talk about bands, and then I'm going to get into some more advanced equipment from there, okay? So let's start off and I'll show you the bench. In the videos where I'm focusing on the specific exercises and movements, the next progression up from doing body weight exercise incorporates in a bench. So to me, if you're looking to purchase your first piece of equipment, I think the bench is where you start out at. And this is for beginners, right? This is not for the person necessarily who's looking to initially pack on a bunch of muscle and get super strong and that kind of thing, right? We're just giving you an option to diversify your workout with. And you'll find that with these benches, there's basically two types of benches. You have a flat bench like this, and then you have an incline bench where the bench will have a break in it right here, and it can fold up, it can incline, and you can sit up straight. You may find that that's a better option for you depending on what you're looking to do. I have a preference for the flat bench. It's a solid piece. It's not going to flex and move when you're doing movements on it, when you're using it to brace with.
And then aside from not getting super tacky, when I work at a gym or stuff like that, I would purposely not use equipment because it was tacky. I felt stupid. I felt like everybody was like, I have to, where's the owner's manual of this thing? So this, I do like better because I don't have to worry about adjusting and et cetera, et cetera. Especially if there's two people working out, like on our bike, he has a setting and then I have to undo the setting. So it's kind of that back and forth piece. But this, it's good for anybody.
It's simple and it's done, right? Yeah. There's nothing to adjust on it, which is what I like. And again, it's a stable position. The other thing that I like about this is that it has the caster wheels on it. And if I need to pick this up and move it and slide it around, I can do that easily. It has a handle out front out here, and it's just a sturdy, well-built piece of equipment. This actually, the covering on the seat And the padding, it has a nice padding on it. I've never felt with this particular piece that there was an insufficient amount of padding here, and I felt like that the pad on top, it has a bit of a grippiness to it. Now you can see it's not sticking. I mean, my hand's sliding against it, but when I need to stop and push down in it and actually get me to stop moving, it does that equally as well too, right?
Easy to clean.
Easy to clean.
Yeah.
So
that's a big one for me.
and if you care anything about colors, there's color options here, right?
There's blue and red.
There's blue and red, and I think there's actually other ones too now. So flat black was my option here. We got this one from Rep. I thought for the quality build on this and for the price paid on this, that this one was pretty hard to beat. They have a good reputation, so this was the direction we went here. Now, within the order of progression of workout equipment that I've talked about, you go from the bodyweight activities to incorporating in the bench, and then once you feel good and comfortable with that, you move up to bands. And there's different types of bands. These are just circular bands, right? So almost just like a rubber band. You have those as an option. You have ones like this, which are more of a stretchy rehabilitative type of a band that you can use. So one of the things that I've noticed, I think the best one to start with for most people is going to be a set of these types of bands. Now, I have bands here from 2 different companies. Interestingly enough on these are the same resistance. And to be honest with you and looking at these, I don't know this, but 2 different companies, they are the same width, the same thickness, the same resistance, and I'm not so sure these aren't made by the same company overseas somewhere, probably a Chinese company somewhere. That's fine, it doesn't really matter. So it just really is whatever your preference on these. The ones that I like, again, are going to be these rep bands, and I'll be honest with you because, again, there truly is, these are French Sport. This is a good band as well. I don't think there's much difference in these among your better companies, at least not that I've been able to observe. One of the reasons that, and this is admittedly it's almost a silly reason, but it just makes it easy.
For me, it makes a big deal because I don't have to remember.
Yeah, so on this particular one, you'll notice that there is the poundage range on there. So it has the starting pound as soon as you start to induce resistance, and then once you get the band further elongated almost to its max elasticity, that's going to be the upper poundage that you see on here. The thing that I would recommend on these are from Rep Fitness. This one's from French Sport. If you find another comparable band, it's probably about the same, to be honest with you. But what I would say on these is that these start from 5 to 15 pounds of resistance, and then they go from 15 to 30 or something in that neighborhood. There's a natural progression. This is I think the 4th or 5th level of resistance that you're seeing here. So this is certainly not a starting point.
No.
But these are, I mean, truly, these are a very inexpensive option. Now, I did tell you that if you were in Southeast Texas, that I was going to give you another option here to choose from. And this is where I'll bring Bolt Fitness into the conversation. They are local in the Houston area. They have bands like this as well. And something else, and there's content around that you can look at for demonstrations on this too, but these are the larger diameter or larger circumference bands. They make much smaller bands that are at different resistance levels, and they're probably something more along the lines of just that. And they have different applications as well, so you can check out my other content for the application on those. But you know, if you want the ones with the actual weight ranges on here, Rep has that. You can look for some others. But if you don't care about that, French Sport, Bolt, those are all good, equally good options as well.
Which is directly local to us, but it's not that far from us too.
Yeah, French Sport, they're a Texas-based company, so they're out of Austin. So if you guys are
not as bad as others.
If you guys are about supporting, if you're in Texas and you're about supporting a Texas company, there's another Texas company you can support right there. Okay. All right, let's look at the next piece of equipment.
Yes, sir.
All right, up to this point, we've been pretty monotone with our colors. Black benches, solid color bands. We need to spice it up with a little bit of variety, right? Well, when you finally get to the point where you're looking to add some weight plates to your workout environment, you got options, and you got a lot of options. And I did a lot of research on this. Like Leah said, I'm pretty analytical when it comes to researching what I'm going to buy. And frankly, when it comes to that point, probably only a fraction of you listening to this are really going to at some point have an interest in bringing weight plates of this nature into your home. But hands down, I think Rogue probably has the best bang for the buck. When you start comparing them, they aren't much more expensive, if any more expensive, than some of the other brands out there. The other thing that I like about these is if I ever had to resell my weight plates or had a desire to sell my weight plates, I don't.
Hold the value.
But if I did, they definitely hold value. And so that's one advantage to the Rogue plates. Now, I told you I was trying to, with the things that I'm recommending here, trying to strike the balance between usability, craftsmanship, and price point, right? So we're trying to strike all of those. But there's going to be one exception to that, and what is that going to be, Miss Leah?
So these are fringe sports, but they're donuts.
Well, here's my thought process.
Price per pound is astronomical, and no, it was not an economical store.
Yeah, the amount that I paid for this 10-pound plate compared to that 10-pound plate.
But the smile.
This is something else to consider, especially maybe for some of you females. You know, you ladies, like I said, the monotone thing is just, I don't care, it's monotone, right? It just doesn't matter to me. But you ladies, I get it. You like a little color and a little flair in your life, and it just makes for a better environment for you. And if donut plates makes her happy and helps her work out more, by goodness, I guess we're getting a donut plate with a purple bar nonetheless. So anyway, sometimes you just gotta break the rules, right? So
not economical, but freaking awesome.
Yeah. So if you need a little spice, something to mix it up a little bit, there you go. Okay, moving on. I want to show you two other things that I think would be of interest in terms of things that we have that we found beneficial and that we've used as we've progressed up through our building out our workout environment. If you want your home gym to be a fun and harmonious place where you can stay efficient, you're not tripping over yourself, you've got to have some type of organization in there. And one of the things that we use are these hanging organizers. You can see we've got organizers for the bars that we use. Note which one is Leah's bar, the purple bar. We've got organizers for the bars, and then we also have organizers for the bands. I talked about having a set of the bands where you can progress through these quickly, and I can just come, grab one of these, I know exactly which one I need, grab it off the rack, and put it right back up there when I'm done with it. That way things aren't laying on the floor. We grab these from Fringe Sport. I just like the number of hangers and the clean look that these have. These were a better application for our environment. We made sure that what you see here, obviously these are cedar walls, but we do have this reinforced with 2x12s behind that to be able to prevent the weight of the bars from pulling that off. Very solid, very sturdy. The other thing that I like about these, if you ever get into the bar part of this, is that the way that this UMHW is on here, protecting the bars, is it gives a full protection, and it's not only protecting part of the bar, it's protecting the full thing. But point being on this is that the organization is important to your efficiency in your workout environment. You truly could use, if you're just looking for something to put your bands on, a tie hanger would work for that. A hat hanger would work for that. I mean, those are other inexpensive options. You just have to decide if that's going to have the look and the feel and the efficiency that you want in your environment. For me, these come off quick, they go right back on quick. It's a lot smoother process. So you determine what works for you on that. Now, I have one other piece to show you on this, one other thing, one other piece of equipment in here, and we'll talk a bit more about where or if that even fits into your home gym environment. All right, the last piece we're going to share with these folks is probably the centerpiece of our gym here, and that's going to be the power rack. And admittedly, some of you probably are going to stop the video now because you realize, hey, I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to bring that into my home. However, some of you are going to be watching this with your husband, and your husband's looking at this thinking, I like that. I could see that in my home, right? And so sorry guys. So if that's the case, one of the options that you have is, this one is from Bolt, and this is honestly, just to tell you exactly what it is a knockoff of the Rogue Rack. As far as capabilities, functionality, frankly guys, it'll do everything those Rogue Racks will do at a fraction of the cost. And if you're in Southeast Texas, around the Houston area, a lot of folks around Houston and outside of Houston have Bolt equipment. This product was recommended to me, and I did my due diligence on it. These are very solid, upright, solid pieces of steel that we're looking at here. The spacing on them, I've measured it on different posts a couple of times. The spacing on them, it's spot on. So frankly, I can't justify spending the additional money to buy something that's not going to do anything else than what this will do. And you can see the attachments, the safety spotter arms, these straps, everything is here to have an efficient workout. And you may think this is only my piece of equipment in here, and it's not the case. This is Leah's also. She comes in here, she does squats, she uses the rack to brace herself with. So again, I get it. This for many of you, especially the beginners watching this, you're not going to progress to this. You don't have an ambition at this point to get to this. But if you're looking for a solid piece that's very dynamic, I would suggest this be a consideration for you, because, I mean, this bad boy ain't moving. And when we built this room out, we had to move this thing. It's a solid chunk of steel, let me tell you. So you won't have any issues with that. All right, so dollar for dollar, I think this is a pretty good option.
And we didn't have to pay shipping on it. We got to pick it up. So, I mean, that was...
Yeah.
What we saved, we got some of the attachments, so
yep.
It makes sense.
I pulled up to the warehouse, dropped the tailgate on the truck, they slid it in the back of the truck, and we rolled down the road, bringing it home. Yep, getting our workouts done. So one other thing that I wanted to share with you, just to show you that sometimes we do go to the local sporting goods store. So for example, an Academy, things like this, you'll see this bike that I've got back here. I've had that bike for a number of years. It's traveled around, right? And so it's part of my warm-ups. It's been a part of my knee rehab over the years. You know, I can't really justify investing a massive amount of money in something that I'm going to spend 5 minutes on at a time, and it's not going to do anything different. So I'm not telling you never to go to your local sporting goods store. I have a couple of old school plates that they're called standard plates with a 1-inch diameter hole in the middle. Hey, you know what? They're inexpensive and they work for a few things that I do, and I don't need to spend the extra money. So you just have to look at it. But I do recommend, if you're going to get started in this and you're going to stay in this, buy quality. You know the old saying, buy once, cry once. So that's pretty much...
I'm gonna use that, careful.
Yeah, that's pretty much what this comes down to. So anyway, hope you found that insightful, guys. Hey, if you're looking for more information about what you can do to optimize your health, go to drarlandhill.com. You'll be able to find out much more about not just exercise, a lot about nutrition and other facets of health that I think you'll find interesting. And then if you're looking for information about what Leah and I do out here at Harvest Hills Ranch in regards to producing uncompromising quality food that is intended to optimize human nutrition, visit harvesthillsranch.com for that information. Until next time, happy buying, and we'll see you soon.